It seems as though this has turned into some game of tit for tat with no end in sight. And of course, Catalan's leader has said that they won't call off independence unless there are negotiations, which we heard from the previous government that actually they won't want to engage in.
Right. How many ways, how many permutations are there of not offering clarification on this issue? Essentially, that is what we've been seeing coming from the Catalan side. It's beyond buying time, though, because the problem is there really is no time left. We heard Sarah Morris talking about sort of what comes next, concretely what's going to happen. You have the Council of Ministers, the cabinet basically going to meeting. They have to decide on the steps that they are going to specifically take towards the implementation triggering this dreaded Article 155. Then it has to go to the President of the Senate, and then there has to be a deliberation by a parliamentary commission about these measures. Presumably, it would probably be approved if the political lines we were just hearing about and the parties that are in favor of no more time for Catalonia give the green light to all of this. And then finally, we could be talking, 5 days to a week, even more, before effectively Article 155 in some way, shape, or form is triggered. So like we've been saying all morning, today's deadline doesn't mean we are going to be seeing brigades of national Spanish police suddenly marching down the Ramblas in Barcelona. We're not going to be seeing that, but it really is, there's a sense of the time is up, time is out. And we are, it seems, in some, now what the time frame is, harder to predict, but headed for some form perhaps of regional elections at some point, because what's clear is that Puigdemont has pushed his political cards as far as he can at this point.
And this is the big question here. With the threats that the Catalan government is facing and the possible departure from EU that is actually almost inevitable, is this just a case of Puigdemont trying to save face?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, he probably realizes at this point that his options have run out. He probably also realizes that if he goes down, he will perhaps go down as being seen, he could at least paint himself as being a political martyr, that he fought as hard as he could for the cause of Catalan independence, but big bad Madrid, as he would see it, wouldn't let him do that. That said, what's interesting here is each time, every step of the way, as this brinkmanship has gotten even sharper and sharper, and it's accelerated, we've seen on both sides digging in their heels a little more. This is likely to inflame, as we heard Sarah talking about, a little bit more the secessionist cause right now in Barcelona. So ironically, even if there are new elections, it could return an even stronger mandate of secessionist or breakaway parties in a new regional parliament. We'd be back to where we are unless there was some change in the political positions and political alliances in Madrid itself. So the basic affinities right now, the basic conditions that led to this entire impasse, as you want to call it, this train wreck, however you want to see it, it doesn't seem like they're likely to change soon, barring some radical change, not just on one side, but on both sides in the political equation.
Douglas Herbert, thank you very much for that analysis on the standoff between Catalonia and the Spanish governments.